What's up, guys? It's been a little bit since I've done a video like this, but I really felt like I wanted to kind of get my thoughts out there, get your guys' thoughts and opinions on the upcoming Season 3 wipe and going to no wipes and optional wipes and all the stuff that the devs have kind of released to us so far. So kind of want to take this time in this video to kind of go over the previous dev live stream that happened the other day and kind of go over some of the things that the devs have said that they're going to implement in Season 3 and some of the stuff that we really didn't get an answer on yet, and then also throw some of my opinions on what the devs could do for some of these issues that we kind of already see in Season 2 and kind of just dive into all of the details that they gave us during that stream. I will have that entire dev stream linked down in the description below. If you didn't already see it or have the time to, I will have the VOD down in the description below. It is about 2.5 to 3 hours long, so you can skip around if you feel like it. They do go over some really cool things in that stream and some stuff that kind of gives me hope for the future of this game. Other than that, let's jump straight into it. All right, so first things first, I want to start with this because it is a limited time option and I don't want you guys to miss out on it. So until February 7th, 2023, the devs have decided that the survivor pack for the cycle will be free. If you don't know what packs are, essentially you can buy in-game pack that kind of give you some cool skins, give you some aurum, give you some melee weapon skins, that kind of stuff. There are multiple tiers to these, and the survivor pack is around a $20 option, and they are giving it away for free. All you have to do is go to the Steam store. I will have that link down in the description below, and you can claim it for free. You do get the survivor outfit set for free, the survivor blade for free, and 250 additional aurum. You can use this to buy more skins, you can save it for next season to buy the battle pass, or you can use it to ensure weapons or armor in raid. I will throw a little trailer here that the devs have released for the survivor pack, so sit back, watch this video, let me know what you guys think. All right, now that that's out of the way, I want to go into some of the things that the devs have said during the stream that they've committed to and some of the things that they haven't committed to yet for Season 3. First, we're going to start with making endgame gear hard to obtain and having some sort of item sync. They didn't go really into detail about anything because they don't want to specify and commit to something and then it change, or maybe they just aren't exactly sure how they want to go about it yet. But they did say that they're going to be making ammo harder to bring into raids, so you can't just bring in 1,000 ammo for a brute and go and stomp the whole server. But essentially, their goal is to make the endgame gear, so purples and exotics, harder to obtain so that the wipe progression isn't, first week people have full stashes of purple and exotic gear, so they want to make it more valuable. Now, they did state that if you are a Chad or someone who is very good at the game, that you will not be punished for excelling faster than a normal person would. If they don't put as much time into you, you will not be punished for putting that extra time into the game. You will still be able to get to gear quickly, you'll still be able to craft gear, all that kind of stuff, but they do want to make it a little bit harder to obtain just to prolong the gameplay cycle so that not everyone has, full stash the second day of the wipe. They also mentioned something about replayable endgame content for people who rush the endgame or eventually when you do get there so that you don't get bored. What this is, I don't know. They didn't really go into details about what this replayable endgame content is going to look like. We can only speculate ourselves here, but I think this is a good idea. Now, hopefully, it's not something just like a dungeon or a drill or oil. Those things get boring after a while, and the money, you don't need money, so doing those things doesn't really make sense. So hopefully it's something really cool that keeps people engaged. Maybe like daily quests, stuff like that. You got your dailies, you want to log in, you want to get those, and there's good rewards for doing those. Who knows? We'll see. They could come up with some crazy ideas here. Maybe they'll take ideas from the community for this. Who knows? The next thing that they kind of went over was keeping the end game guns, the high tier guns, so your brutes, arbiters, cores, that kind of stuff, feeling good. Since you had to work so hard for them, they want them to feel good. They want them to be powerful and for you to actually want to use them and not be like, oh, well, I can just use an advocate or something like that because, you know, they're cheaper. So with that, they're going to be harder to get, but they want you to be able to cherish the endgame gear you get more since you won't be stacking up on them, but they still want them to pack a punch and feel good and, you know, kill faster than, you know, like a white AR per se. So they did also state that they are going to be doing something about farming Theris. They do not want players to be able to farm Theris at endgame for fast cash and loot and just come out fully loaded and just be able to grind Theris all day just to make money. So they're going to be doing something about that. I don't know what that is yet. I guess we'll kind of see. But I do like the fact that they said that you can't just go into Theris and just get loaded. Because the people who rush to Theris, you know, that was a problem in Season 2. People rushed to Theris, and there was, you know, obviously some dupes and exploits and stuff like that you could do. But without that, you could still make so much money on Theris compared to Bright Sands or Crescent. I actually like this change. I think this is going to be good for making the economy more stable and last longer. They also did go a little bit into quests. Rumble kind of stated that they will be making quests less annoying and annoying quests replaced by, and in air quotes, cooler stuff. That's what he said. He didn't really go into detail about it, but making sure that there are cool quest rewards waiting for us at the end of the like once you hit the end of the quest line, that there's actually cool rewards that make you want to do the quest to get to those rewards. I know this season they implemented like the quests that you get, like the Zeus beam, the comrade, that kind of stuff, night vision helmets, but hopefully they can do something a lot cooler where, you know, you may get, who knows, I don't know. Maybe you guys can throw some options down in the comments below, like what would you want to see for end game quest rewards, that kind of stuff. But I am happy that they kind of went over making the early game quests less annoying, because, you know, they were like, oh, go grab this, yo, hand in this, hand in this, hand in this. It was a lot of like fetch and retrieve quests, and it's just, that stuff's annoying. I don't like doing that. A lot of people don't like doing those kind of quests. Some people enjoy them. They do get really repetitive and annoying. They also stated that they will continue with seasons. Just like we're going to Season 3 now, they will be continuing with season, just no more wipes. So when a new season comes, the servers won't wipe, your stash won't wipe, but they will go into a new season. So there will be a Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, you know, all that kind of stuff. And this will be when the new content will come out. So they still have, you know, you have a date to expect like huge content coming, so that you're not just like, I wonder when they're going to put out the next patch that's, you know, really good. You know for a fact that, like, okay, Season 4 starts on this date, good content's coming on that date. So just no more wipes, which is awesome. I like that they still give you a date to kind of keep your hopes up and kind of keep you going, and that you can kind of look forward to in the long term. All right, next we're going to go over the free loadout. They kind of went into this. It's going to be kind of like scav runs in Tarkov. I'm going to go ahead and play a short video here that kind of goes over what the free loadouts are. Sit back and enjoy.
The Cycle Frontier is a game about high risk versus high reward. But what if you could play without risking your own gear? Since everyone loves free stuff, we present to you free loadout runs. Drop down to the surface with free basic gear provided by one of the 3 factions. Explore, fight, and loot to your heart's content. As long as you evac successfully, you keep the free gear and everything you found along the way. To access this, head to the drop terminal, select a map, and choose your free loadout. These loadouts are randomized from common to blue rarity. The factions are feeling charitable for once, just don't expect them to be too generous. This feature will be available multiple times a day with a cooldown timer. Free loadout runs give you a chance to test new guns, attachments, and gear, and keep everything. Plus, no losses if you do get shot in the face. All this and more, coming in Season 3 on March 29.
All right, so they kind of went into some more details about the free loadout. They are currently going to be on a 20 to 30 minute timer. This may be adjusted. You know, they're going to be doing some testing to kind of see if, you know, that's too short, that's too long. I don't know. Personally, I think that's a little bit too short, because you're in a raid for around 20 to 30 minutes. So if you're in one raid, you know, you go on a scav run or a free loadout, and then you drop in on your regular account. By the time you come back out, your scav's already up. I think that might be a little too quick. I think I would like to see this more at maybe like an hour long, something along that, so you're not constantly just going in on your free loadout. That's not what we want. We want you to, well, me personally, I want people playing on their normal character, not just their free loadouts all the time. The free loadouts will range anywhere from white armor to blue gear, so expect that. So anything from, you know, Phasics, Maelstroms, that kind of stuff. all the way down to white ARs and all that. You will be able to see what your loadout is before you drop in the raid so that you can kind of know what to expect before you just jump in. The guns will come with random attachments. You'll have meds, and you'll come with ammo as well. You will have a helmet, a chest piece, a gun, a backpack, and then meds, ammo, that kind of stuff. You will also get one free reroll of your free loadout per day. So if you look at your free loadout and you're like, I hate this sucks, you can reroll it once per day to get a new free loadout kit. They also touched on possibly in the future, faction rep could affect your loadout kits. So they did say that on release of the free loadouts, this will not be in the game, but it could be something that they add in the future. So if you level up core level a lot, you may get more core lev weapons, or ICA or Osiris, that kind of stuff. Or maybe if you level it up enough, you may be able to get higher tier gear than blue. Fingers crossed that that's going to be that way, because in Tarkov, you can load in with some of the best guns in the game, thermal scopes, that kind of stuff, crazy items in your bag and stuff that you could sell on the flea market. Now, Cycle doesn't have a flea market, but it would be cool that if you put in the time and level up your free loadout, that you could get even better gear than just white to blue kits. They also touched on incentives around optional wiping. So since there's going to be no more forced wipes, they're talking about adding optional wipes, so that if you get so far into the campaign, you beat it, you're loaded, would you want to wipe your account and start over again? They're looking at added incentives so that, if you do wipe your account, that there is something to look forward to. They didn't really give too much info on this. They kind of went over maybe skins, maybe banners. What personally I would like to see is, maybe a leaderboard, like kind of like a prestiging system where if I wipe once, I'm on a different leaderboard than everyone else, so I can see my name up there, like, oh, I have the most kills in prestige level 1 kind of thing. Something along the lines of that. They did touch a little bit on MMR and how it will be changing. They didn't go super far in depth on details on this, but they did say that MMR will be fair for everyone. They stated that straight out, that they're going to be working as hard as possible to make MMR fair for everyone, so that you don't drop in with white gear and are constantly getting stomped by high tier players. Now, they said that this may still happen every once in a while, because no matter what, someone could be on the same quest as you, the same KD as you, all these things, but maybe they just crafted gear before you did. So in that case, there's not really much they can do about that. They did also talk about putting in possibly gear scores. This could be really cool, so that if like a base purple armor is like 400 gear score, but a forged purple armor, depending on the perks, could be weighted heavier. So maybe like a really good god set of purple is at 600 gear score, so those people drop into better raids with more gear people on the same gear score as them. This could be a really cool way to kind of fix that MMR issue and those gaps between high MMR players being in high MMR lobbies and not running into people who are just trying to quest with white armor and stuff like that. The biggest thing for me that they went over, and they said that they will be looking into heavily, is making adjustments so that you cannot drop back into the same raid after you died. Now, eventually you may be able to, but as it sits right now, I could get into a fight, die, gear up, and queue, and be instantly back into the same raid that I just died at, and go straight back to where I died. The people are still looting, and I'm already on them again. That's not fair. If I put in the work to kill somebody or multiple teams, and I'm trying to loot and sort through loot, I don't even get time to loot before those teams are already queued back in. They're already running straight back to that spot. My solution to this is that you cannot drop back into the same raid for one full storm cycle. So one full storm cycle has to pass before you can drop into that raid. They didn't go into detail what they're going to be doing to stop this, but they did say that potentially adding a cooldown, so when you die on a server, that slot that you were in player-wise is on a timer, and that timer has to tick down before another person can fill that slot on that server. So similar to what I was saying of, storm timer, but putting just a back-end timer on it, that like someone dies, there's a 5-minute timer that kind of stays there for that person that died, so that no one can drop back into that slot and just go right back to the fight. I think this is a cool idea. We'll kind of see how it plays out. There were some other things that they kind of touched on that I didn't really seem too important to kind of go over in this video. That's why if you did want to check out the dev stream, it is linked down in the description below. Feel free to kind of sit there and pick through it for anything that I may have missed, but I did cover pretty much all of the major topics that they went over in this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Let me know if you guys think that this is going to be a good season. Let me know what you guys think they could be doing to better Season 3, or if there's stuff that you saw or heard that you're like, I hate that they're doing this, I have high hopes for Season 3, so hopefully it works out for everyone. If you made it here to the end of this video, I do greatly appreciate that. Please consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribing for more content like this. Once again, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.